Don't blink, they are fast. That was 1 second there. That was 1 second. Hey guys, so today we have a really fun arena showcase comp to show you courtesy of MulletReaver. This is called the Iron Painted. And what it is, it's Kymar Woad painted in 2 Ironclads, and basically it's an arena nuke comp that ends the battle in like a couple seconds. It's ridiculously good. It's so much fun. Now the reason it works is because of Woad Painted, but also the Ironclad passive. So let me show you. We're actually going to start with Woad Painted first, and because of her recent update, this is why it works. Woad Painted, here we go. So Woad Painted's A2 is what allows this comp to work. So she removes all debuffs from this champ and a 1 random debuff from allies, which is fine, but it heals this champ by 100% of max HP and heals all allies equal to 50% of the surplus. Okay, so the idea is we already want her to be max HP because she's already gonna be fully healed. And then that way the surplus goes to everybody else. Now, why does that make sense? That makes sense because of Ironclads. You're gonna notice we have 2. So with the Ironclads, their passive is called Blood Burst. When healed, attacks all enemies, inflicting damage proportional to the surplus heal. Damage inflicted is equal to 50% of any surplus heal. So basically, you know, to put it in simple terms, you want them getting as much healing, surplus healing as possible, with them being having full HP, because in that case they're going to do as much damage as they can. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you this comp. So initially we're starting off with Prince Kymar, and now is Prince Kymar necessary in this comp? You're gonna see when I run it, but basically what ends up happening is Prince Kymar goes first, and he goes first with his Abyssal Gaze. It's an AoE that removes all the buffs and places a sleep on the whole team. Then that's where we have Woad Painted and Ironclad come in. Now the issue is, like, if you do not have a Prince Kymar, like let's say you're gonna use an Arbiter, for example, or Lysandra or some kind of other speed lead instead, the issue is you're going to have Woad Painted just as fast as your speed lead, so she doesn't get cut in. Because if she gets cut in, it basically ruins the comp, which is why you start with Kymar, because he removes buffs and he sleeps them. So basically he crowd controls, he CCs the other comp, he CCs the other team, and then that way Woad Painted and Ironclad do their thing. So can you use other champs in place of Kymar? You can, but like I said, is you end up having to have Woad Painted as fast as your speed lead so she doesn't get cut in, which might not be doable for some people because that could be a lot of speed. So starting with Prince Kymar, you are going to see that he's in some speed sets and he's in Perception. And so in this case, he's at 354 speed. His accuracy is at 589, resist 177. And basically for this arena comp, what really matters, again, I mean, it's going to be the speed and the accuracy, okay? Because you want him being first, you want him going fast, and you want him being able to land his A2. Now he is booked, and here's his masteries. So you're gonna see that Mullet went down the defense and the support tree. What you don't see over here is that we have Master Hexer, and his A6 is actually going to be Eagle Eye, which is accuracy plus 50. So this is going to be for Kymar, and Kymar's the first one to go. All right. Next up, we have Woad Painted. Now with Woad, remember she's an HP champ, and she's healing based off of max HP. So you really want to get as much HP on her as you can. And you're gonna see that what Mullet did here is we have a speed set. We also have Immortal and 2 broken pieces. And now check out her HP. She's at 115. So the girl is stacked. She's got a lot of HP. Now again, her speed is not as fast as Kymar, but it doesn't have to be. You just need to get Kymar to go first. Remember what I said. Because we have Kymar, he's going to CC the enemy team. You just need him to go first. Then she can go afterwards, which is why she's not as fast. She does not need to be. But what's very important here is the HP. Is what we need with her. She need the HP to be stacked. She should be fully booked again because we are dependent on the A2. That's a thick Woad. Yep. Now you're gonna see her masteries are not completely filled. And the reason for that is they kind of don't really need to be. With her, we want as much HP as possible, right? So going down the support tree, grabbing Steadfast for max HP plus 810. Robin, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Grabbing the T6 of HP plus 3000. Also increasing the value of heals this champ casts by 5% is also really important too, because remember, the damage is going to come off of the surplus heals too. So we want more healing done. We want as much healing as possible to come from her pretty much, right? So that's why we don't necessarily need to finish this. We just need to work down the support tree and be able to get the healing masteries as well too, the HP masteries. Now the Ironclads. So we'll start with Ironclad 1. This is Ironclad number 1. Now, speed is not important with these guys because it's based off of the passive. But you are going to see what is important is trying to get Savage Gear and stacking as much crit damage on these guys as you can. So you're going to see that they're in a Savage set and a crit damage set. And number 1, see again, it doesn't matter on speed. They can be 110, it's fine because this is based off of the passive. It's more Kymar and Woad that's more important. You want 100% crit cap. So we have over 300% crit damage, and that's really what's important here, is you want them to be able to crit. You're not really worried about the speed, but you definitely want crit capped and you want crit damage, okay? Booked. And here we are for masteries. So masteries down the defense and the offense. Now what you don't see behind me is, blood shields and then helm smasher as well too. Now, so people before have been struggling with crit damage, so it is also possible you grab Flawless Execution instead if you think you struggle with getting the crit damage needed, because that'll give you plus 20% as well. So that is another option if, for example, you don't have the gear that gets you as much crit damage as possible. All right. Increase the amount of healing and value of shields. So some of this, when they kill an enemy like that, some of this stuff probably really doesn't matter right now, but you do need to grab, you do need to grab some things here anyway. But this is going to be Ironclad number 1 and Ironclad number 2. So you're going to see Ironclad number 2 also is in Savage and crit damage. Now, number 2, a little bit faster, but again, don't worry about the speed, but we have crit capped almost 300% crit damage. So both of the Ironclads have almost 300% crit damage, okay? Both of them. Should also be fully booked. And looks like we have the same masteries here. All right, so this comp is meant to be, fun. You guys did see some of the stats, which does require you to have some pretty good Savage and crit damage gear to try to get over that, or try to get close to that 300% crit damage as possible. And then also, if you have a Kymar that you can make really fast. This comp's meant to be fun, just something kind of different. So let's go do some fun arena runs. All right, here we are. So you're going to see again, we have Kymar in lead, obviously, because ally speed in arena battles by 30%. We have Woad and the 2 Ironclads. Now, these are fast. So usually I would say don't blink, because if you blink, you miss it. If you blink, you miss it. Here we go. Don't blink. They are fast. Boop. There it is. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I told you not to blink. I told you. I told you. A 2-second run. Look at that. Wasn't that a thing of beauty? What did I tell you? All right. There's going to be 1,000 of these in a week. Well, it's tricky to build, though, because you need the gear. You need the Kymar, you need the Woad Painted, you need the 2 Ironclads, you need the Savage, you need the crit damage. But I told you guys, if you blinked, it was 2 seconds worth. It was fast. Yeah, you need a really good Great Hall, too, I'm sure, too. But there we go. I told you, it was quick. It was quick. I mean, they could probably deal with Skull Crown afterwards, right? Okay. So in this case, we have a Skull Crown. We know that we're not going to be able to one-shot the Skull Crown, but they should be able to deal with her afterwards. Once her unkillable wears off. There we go. We'll just let that wear off and they should be able to deal with her. There we go. Perfect. So that was 11 seconds, fine. But again, they cleared everybody else. I already knew that with Skull Crown. So just moving down the line. Beautiful. There we go. All right, let's see. We'll go play over here. Snooze. There we go. That was 1 second there. That was 1 second. All right, so I know that in the channel, I'm being asked to go on 1 speed so people can see what's happening. So we're gonna do that. Or you know what I'm actually gonna do? Yeah, we'll start on auto. But I'm gonna put it down to 1 speed. So what happens is Prince Kymar goes first with the Abyssal Gaze. Woad Painted ends up doing her A2, which is where the Ironclads end up having their passive proc. Because remember, Woad Painted's A2 heals her, but heals everybody else for the surplus heal. So because we're starting with full HP, basically they're getting everything. Like they're getting as much surplus heal as possible. So that's what you're gonna see here is you're gonna see Kymar with the A2 Abyssal Gaze, and then Woad Painted with her A2 as well. And that's what we're seeing here with the Ironclads. So I can put it back on 2x. So again, just something fun. We call this the Iron Painted is what we call this. Look at that. You know, we're getting like 1, 2, 3 second runs, stuff like that is what we're getting out of this. So, I mean, we can already see that from Woad's buff, she's already being an insane healer. She's doing so well because she's an insane healer. Do both Ironclads attack at the same time? Yes, because it's their passive. Because like I said, it's their passive is what's proccing. They're technically not really attacking, more so that it's their passive that procs, okay? Yeah, it's the passive, guys. It's the passive. All right, let me play over here. Look at that. Ends up taking care of that Cardinal too. Did you guys see that? So Cardinal had the stone skin on and it didn't even matter. If we saw that. Kymar just took it right off. The stone skin didn't even matter. Yeah, it's intense, right? So that's what's happening is it's the Ironclad's passives. They're not attacking. It's literally just their passives proccing. And so you see we're basically kind of just moving down the line. Boop. And then Madam's fine. Yeah, we'll deal with Madam. So for the most part, these runs they're quick and they're fast. Let's see. Yeah, Skull Crown is going to live, but we'll get her on the second pass. So what do you guys think? You think this is fun? Does this kind of give you a different kind of appreciation for Woad Painted since, you know, she was buffed? Now she's actually a pretty good healer, right? She does a really, really good job healing. And you can see that combined with Ironclads and doing something fun like this, like it gives us something different and unique that we can do in the game. So guys, leave me some comments down below. Do you have Woad Painted? Are you gonna start keeping her now? Are you gonna start trying to run her in some different content? I would love to know what you guys think. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, check out some more videos up here in the playlist on the top right.